You might not have seen this movie, but this scene alone is enough to make all men give up their obsession with black stockings. In the movie Spectral, rebel forces conducted a frenzied human experiment using living human bodies and powerful nuclear energy to create a new type of condensate. These entities had vague forms but could easily penetrate walls and steel, with conventional weapons proving completely ineffective against them. However, the rebels lost control of these new creatures, and ultimately all the experimental personnel were killed by the Spectres. The Spectres then escaped the laboratory and quickly turned the entire city into ruins. Under the frenzied attacks of these condensates, even the military suffered heavy losses. To unravel the mystery, the Department of Defense urgently recalled optical specialist Klein. He created a hyperspectral searchlight that finally allowed soldiers to see what the enemy looked like. During a reconnaissance mission, Klein discovered that certain materials could restrain the Spectres' movements. But at the same time, the Spectres also detected the reconnaissance team, smashing even tanks to pieces. Facing an irresistible enemy, over 20 soldiers chose to sacrifice themselves to give Klein a chance to escape. In mere moments, all the soldiers were annihilated by the Spectres. Klein successfully made it back to base. He finally understood the Spectres' composition. Besides solids, liquids, and gases, there exists a fourth state, IMD, an artificial Bose-Einstein condensate. It cannot pass through ceramic materials but can penetrate walls. Because its temperature reaches absolute zero, contact means instant death. This perfectly matched all the Spectres' characteristics. Only plasma pulse weapons could destroy this type of condensate. Through everyone's efforts, they finally constructed plasma pulse guns. Humanity launched its final battle against the Spectres. They arrived at the Spectres' lair and aimed at one Spectre from a distance to test their weapon. Meanwhile, upon discovering the humans, the Spectres immediately launched an attack on their position. As the trigger was pulled, the energy projectile collided with the Spectre, causing a violent explosion. The weapon actually worked. Subsequently, soldiers armed with pulse guns engaged in combat with the Spectres. Klein seized the opportunity to infiltrate the nuclear power plant. Inside, all the test subjects had lost their physical bodies, with only their brains still functioning. This explained why the Spectres displayed emotions. They found the master switch of the equipment. Simply unplugging the power source would make all the Spectres disappear. Just as Klein was taking action, the soldiers outside had suffered heavy casualties. Numerous Spectres converged into an even more powerful energy entity. In this critical moment, the captain connected all the plasma guns together and fired the strongest shot possible. The massive recoil sent him flying dozens of meters. The shockwave shattered the glass in the laboratory. All the Spectres burst out at once. At the crucial moment, Klein finally pulled the plug. All the Spectres disintegrated and completely vanished into thin air. What humanity should fear most has never been ghosts, but rather the greed they create themselves.